Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be my comic book haul from June 2nd, 2021. It was a pretty decent week. I picked myself up 6 different issues. So the first one here is The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 67. The cover art looks pretty good. It's half chameleon and half Spider-Man. And we have a brand new story with a chameleon conspiracy. And I gotta say, it was set up pretty well in this issue. And I'm really excited to see where they go with this whole story. I think the chameleon is a really underrated Spider-Man villain, and he's a bit of a badass, so I'm excited to see what he does in this storyline, and how it's going to kind of weave into the whole Sinister War that's going to be happening very soon. Then I picked up Iron Man Annual. Now this is all part of the Infinite Destiny storyline, where the Infinity Stones are actually inhabiting a host, which is a really awesome idea, and the Space Stone is actually taking over this guy called Quantum, and this is the first issue I've ever read that he's in, and he's actually a really cool villain. He can like teleport his body and like punch Iron Man inside of his helmet. It was pretty cool, and the story was pretty good. Iron Man is trying to track down a villain that actually hurt Miles Morales' Spider-Man, and this villain is assessing all of Iron Man's capabilities as he's traveling to get him, and it was a really cool issue having Iron Man go through these different trials in order to find this villain. The story was really good, and the artwork was solid, and I had a great time reading this. Then we've got Batman issue 109. Now this is a great series. I had a lot of fun reading this one. It's just awesome to read about how the whole Magistrate got formed. In the DC Future State run, in the future, masks are outlawed, and they have this program called the Magistrate to hunt down villains and heroes who wear masks, and this is almost like giving you the backstory onto how that whole thing even happened. We get to see Peacemaker 1's first ever battle with Batman, and it was really badass. I enjoyed reading every single panel of that, and we got some more Ghostmaker, which I think he's going to be a great DC character in the future. He's just really cool, and he's basically Batman with even more tech. One part that I really liked is he brings Harley Quinn over to his base. It's essentially the Batcave, but he calls it the Haunt, and Harley Quinn notices that he has a dinosaur inside his HQ, and she's like, oh, you have a dinosaur just like Batman. And Ghostmaker's just like, yeah, Batman has a dinosaur in his cave, but mine's bigger. So you can see he's trying to almost like one-up Batman, and he's doing a pretty good job at it so far, and I just really like the Ghostmaker character, and we get a Ghostmaker side story at the very end of the book as well, and it was a really solid issue, and I'm having a great time reading Batman. Next up, we've got Batman Second Son. Now this is all about Tim Fox taking over the Batman mantle and the story that leads up to that moment, and so far I'm really liking it. Now I know a lot of people might not like it as much because he's not really doing any Batman stuff in these issues, but if you enjoyed him as Batman in DC's Future State, it's just fun to read about how he actually became Batman and all of the decisions and situations that led him there, and I can totally understand why some people don't like the next Batman. There's only 4 issues in this miniseries, and we're on issue number 3 here, and he hasn't done like any Batman related anything, so I can totally understand why people don't like it, but me personally, I do like the character, and I'm enjoying these stories so far. Next up is Justice League issue number 62. This one is by Bendis, Marquez, and Plasencia. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say I'm not really a big fan of the cover. I like having the actual characters on there and not just something like this, but other than that, it was a pretty decent issue. The Justice League is still on this alien planet trying to stop one of these warlords from taking over Earth. He wants to go there and bring his civilization, and the Justice League is like, hell no. So they're still fighting on his planet, trying to prevent him from going over, and pretty much all of the Justice League members are affected by the environment. The heavy hitters like Black Adam and Superman are basically decommissioned. They can't perform well in this environment. So who steps up to save the day? Well, Hippolyta does, and she has a super badass moment where she just comes out of nowhere and basically solves all of the Justice League's problems in this issue, and it was a really cool moment for Hippolyta, and the issue does leave you with a bit of a cliffhanger, so I'm really excited for issue 63. I almost ran out of breath there. One thing I didn't like though was how short the actual issue was. I would say just under half of the issue was actual Justice League stuff, and then the rest of the book was Justice League Dark, which I wasn't a big fan of because when I'm picking up a Justice League issue, I want to read Justice League, and I've been skipping the Justice League Dark stuff because I haven't really been enjoying it, so it only took me like 4 minutes to read this comic book because there wasn't a whole lot of Justice League stuff, so that was kind of disappointing, but the Justice League content that was in here was pretty good. good, but I'm hoping issue 63 has a lot more actual Justice League in it. Now on to my pick of the week, my favorite issue so far for the past month or so, and that is Batman ZEROPOINT, the Fortnite crossover. This is such a good series, like the whole thing is just written really well, the artwork is really good, the dialogue is good, the story's good, everything about it is just good. There's nothing negative I really have to say about this comic. So this issue is all about Batman, Deathstroke, Catwoman, and a bunch of other winners from Battle Royale in Fortnite, and they're all trying to figure out how they got there and who's controlling this whole thing. We don't get the answers in this issue, but it definitely sets us up for a very exciting issue number 5. This one is number 4, the artwork is pretty decent, and you get a digital download code for a Deathstroke glider in the actual Fortnite game. I wish you got actual skins from these comic books and not just like a glider, but I guess that's how they're gonna make their money in the item shop. I don't think anyone's going to drop like $10 on a Deathstroke glider, but a skin, now that's a whole other ball game. But anyways, this was a really good issue, and there's a lot of mysteries to be solved. It leaves you with a bit of a cliffhanger as well. It looks like there might be a double agent amongst the winners, and Batman is going to find out who that is, and I think it's going to make for a really good story, and it's really cool that they're tying it into the actual Fortnite game, because in the actual game, we're going to probably figure out who's actually controlling this whole thing, and it's cool that they're tying in the comic book with the game and making it canon, because they definitely could have just made this like a one-off thing, but they're combining both of them, and I think that's a great idea. But if you guys haven't been reading the ZEROPOINT comics, I definitely recommend to do so because they are just so good. But yeah, that was my comic book pickup from June 2nd, 2021. 6 issues in total. I enjoyed reading every single one of them. I just wish that Justice League issue number 62 was a bit longer, and that they didn't shoehorn Justice League Dark into there and took up over half the issue. But other than that, everything was solid. So guys, leave a comment down below of what issues you picked up from this week, and is there any titles that you recommend me to pick up, because I'm definitely open to recommendations. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be doing weekly breakdowns for new Marvel and DC comics, as well as comic book pickup videos like this one, and then I'm planning on doing a lot more collectible related stuff as well. So a lot of different types of content will be coming to the channel in the near future, and I'm super excited to make it. But for now, this is the end. Thank you again for watching. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.